remember this.
As part of our international award trip, our aim was to make an educational video about canoeing. Here you can see some of our professional tips.
Throw lines are used when a member of the team is in need of help in the water. Before throwing the throw line, it is important to look around for any obstacles such as branches. Once you are sure it is safe, hold the throw line bag upright and undo the clip slightly, as shown by Adam in the video. Then pull out enough rope to wrap around your hand in order to have a good grip and to allow you to proceed with throwing the throw line. Then it is important to have a strong stance. This means to lower your center of gravity by bending your knees. Once your stance is ready, you can throw the throw line. It is important to remember that the person in the river is moving. Therefore, you must throw the line slightly in front of the person. In order to have a successful throw, you need to make sure that your arm is approximately 45 degrees from your body upon throwing.
Here you can see what happens if you do not have the correct stance, where I fell into the river while trying to rescue Rich. If the current is very strong, you can use someone as an anchor.
While launching the boat, it is important to launch upstream, so that you can see any potential hazards flowing down the river. As you can see on the video, Mark and Adam paddle upstream and then turn downstream, avoiding any obstacles. Anton and I, however, decide to take a different approach. Running and jumping into the boat is not to be practiced.
When large or potentially hazardous obstacles are seen, it is advisable to stop and discuss a strategy plan. On the video, you can see Rich and I discussing our strategy for the safest route.
However, when you do capsize, it is important not to panic, and always try not to go in front of the boat, as you can be forced against an obstacle in the water. This is shown when Rich gets pushed against a rock. If possible, find a calm area in the river where you can turn the boat over and get back in. To do so, each member of the boat should climb from opposite sides so that they don't capsize again. The capsizing can be avoided by leaning out the opposite sides of the boat.
When going down white water, for example going down a weir, it is important that the person in the front of the boat does one strong paddle. If the person does not do so, it will be very difficult for the person steering to hold control of the boat.
A J-stroke is when you paddle starting close to the boat, and at the end of your stroke, you swiftly push out. Your boat will turn whichever way you pushed.
A sweep stroke is when you start close to the boat as far forward as possible. You then sweep your paddle from the front to as far back as possible. Your paddle should make a large U shape.
Is it in there? Yeah, there should be a black bag in there.
High and on twist.